Hey everyone, welcome to the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends. My name is Scott Schweitzer. I'm your host. I'm the Clydesdale. My co-host Kat is with me, and we have a very special friend today, Elisa Fuliano.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes, correct. Hi, everyone.
Awesome. So as you can see from the background, she has a very big check from Strength and Depth for $1,000 because she finished 5th and punched her ticket to the CrossFit Games.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy for that.
I can imagine. So I want to start with your background a little bit. I was doing some research and I found track information about you. Is that your background, like sprinter and pole vaulter?
Yes, but before that, I was a gymnastic. So I did gymnastic for like 10 years or so at a very high level, like competitive level. And then I started to do track and field, like sprinter and also pole vaulting. Since I was doing gymnastic, they made me do that, and I really liked it.
Pole vaulting has become a thing with this podcast.
Yes.
Kat is actually taking pole vaulting lessons because she
Oh,
was
nice.
curious about the scaling from not knowing how to do it and how to getting up on the pole.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm really enjoying it. I grew up as a ballerina and I have a lot of power output. Like I was always a jumper and a sort of like a spinner. So that it's like right up my alley. That nice quick, if you can sprint, you can pretty much pole vault. So it's been a
Mm-hmm.
blast. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
And it started with Danielle Brandon
Yeah.
because she was a pole vaulter in college. Kind of
Oh, yeah,
talked
I know
talked
that.
the co-hosts into this, and now they're trying to take it up themselves.
It's been fun. Minus the pulled hamstrings 2 weeks ago when I didn't know how to warm up properly. But other than that, it's been great.
Cool.
So what made you go from gymnastics to track?
Um, um, I don't know. I mean, it was a moment where I had to choose if I wanted to do that for the rest of my life or um, to quit. And also, I had injured my neck
Mm.
doing some exercise, and from that moment on, I had a sort of mind blackout, so I couldn't do exercise anymore, especially in the ones where I went back with my head. And so yes, I after that I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore. Also because I didn't have a social life. Every day, like for 4 hours, I was in the gym, and I didn't want to do that anymore. Also, I didn't like the people, the fact that it was very competitive, and I couldn't stand that anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like you got burned out
Yes,
from all the
a
hard
bit,
work.
a bit.
And
Yes,
and was it a difference between and I know this just from other sports with gymnastics, you probably weren't in with a lot of people that you went to school with, right? Maybe you traveled a distance to do this high level gymnastics and all of those people those are the only people you hung out with, and maybe when you go to school you want to be doing things that your friends at school are doing.
yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Also, every weekend has
Right.
like I was.
You missed all the parties. You couldn't do that because you had practice or
Yes, exactly,
meets. I
exactly.
get
Yes,
totally get it.
yeah.
So you go into track and then eventually you find CrossFit, which you have one of the two or two of the best building blocks to get you to CrossFit. What made you find CrossFit and how did you know that you could be really good at it?
Um, when I was 19, I moved from Genova, which is the city I was born in, to Turin, and for university. And I did 3 years there while I was doing university, especially digital design.
Hmm.
And in the meanwhile, since I wasn't in my home city anymore, I just started to do some gym on my own, and like running, jogging a bit. And one day, one friend of mine of university told me that her father had a gym, and they were doing, the functional fitness courses, that kind of stuff, which is very similar to CrossFit, but it's not CrossFit. I went there, I tried one lesson, and I really liked it, but I knew that I wanted some more. So I found out about CrossFit, and I went to a box, which is the one that I train now still. And I remember my first lesson. I literally fell in love with this sport. I mean, from that moment on, I couldn't stay without CrossFit. So I immediately started, and I knew that I would have reached a very high level because everything was easy for me. All the gymnastic part, all the endurance part, and stuff like that. In few weeks, few months, I became full skill, and I really loved it. I I just wanted to do that all day, and it was fine.
So I'm curious, you say that when you were younger, the gymnastics and the competitiveness became too much. And this sport is very competitive as well. What do you find the differences between those competitiveness?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe I changed. Many things happened in the meanwhile. A lot of challenges. I had a lot of challenges in my life that made me stronger, both physically and mentally. And so I don't know. Maybe in these years, I became ready to support all this, all the pressure and the stress and stuff like this. And now, actually, I really love it. I mean, I love competing. I love the adrenaline, and I love all the energy that I put into field when I have to compete.
Would you feel that you're treated better by your coaches than you were
Sorry.
as a gymnast? Do you feel like you were treated better now with your coaches than you were as a gymnast by your coaches?
Yes, I think so. Because when I was doing gymnastics, I felt a lot of pressure because my coaches told me that I could have been ready to go to the Olympic Games, maybe London 2012, and maybe from that moment on, my mind started to always thinking about that, and yes, I was feeling a lot of this pressure. Now instead, my coach always tell me that I mean, he always find a way not to make me feel the pressure. He always know how to behave and what to say, just to keep the concentration and the calm before a competition, or also in the trainings. And I'm so thankful to him for this. We're a beautiful team, and I like it.
Do you find the community different? What we hear from athletes is the CrossFit community is so supportive of each other. And in everything I've seen with gymnastics, that's not necessarily the case.
Sorry.
So in gymnastics, the other girls that you were competing against, were they supportive of you? And in CrossFit, what we hear from other athletes is the other athletes are supportive of you.
Yes, I mean, I was feeling the pressure also on this side. I mean, I feel that in CrossFit, competition is not as high as in gymnastics. I don't know why, and I don't know if someone else agree with me, but yes, for me it is like this. I mean, I'm feeling the pressure less than before.
How is the pressure on the way you look or versus the way you perform, and how has that changed from gymnastics now to CrossFit? I know a lot of women struggle with body image and are under a lot of pressure to be a certain weight when you are doing gymnastics, but with CrossFit, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I mean, I don't mind having muscle. Many people told you that if you start CrossFit and you're going to look like man, but that is not true. I mean, I really like women's body with muscles. Like, I mean, not too much, of course, but I love it, and I mean, I love my body also, so I'm not sorry. I don't have problem with that, and
Good.
yeah.
So your first like statistics that I can find are from 2021. Did you compete at a higher level before that?
Not really. I started CrossFit 3 years ago, so it's not much. But as I was telling you before,
It's crazy.
gymnastics and athletics really, really advantage me in that. So after 1 year, so in 2021, I started competing and at an Italian level. Then my first international competition was at Functional Fitness in Sweden last November, where I got the 5th place, and I had the chance to compete with Christina Olte, Mathilde Garnes, and such an athletes. And yes, that was my first international experience, and it was amazing. So this year, it was my second year that I did open. So only last year, yes, only last year I tried and I didn't make it to the semifinals. So this year's goal was to make it to the semifinals. And I would have been happy just to arrive at semifinals, but I couldn't really imagine that I could have made it to the CrossFit Games, you know. And so I went to London. I felt the pressure, but really deep inside of me, I knew that I could do it. I mean, yes, there was this hope that, I could do it. And after the first day, I was 7th. And I was thinking, all right, so maybe I'm not so far from the first 5. After the second day, I was 4th. And that was the moment where I started to believe that I could really make it to the games. And last day, on Sunday, I was so nervous because I knew that on those 2 workouts, I had to give 200%. And after the first workout, I still was 5th, I think. And after the last one, like, I couldn't believe that I could. I mean, I knew very deeply that but I could do it, but I still didn't believe that.
So
and I'm so happy.
I want to back up just a little bit. And Kat, if you can pull up the stat
Sure.
sheet real quick. So our friends at fantasyfitnessing.com put together stat sheets on everybody we interview now. And I wanted to talk about the top bracket. So you kind of just glossed over 2021, but you finished 125th in Europe.
Yes.
In your first year in the Open during the quarterfinals.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome. And then you made the big jump to 34th this year in quarterfinals, which then took you to the 5th place at Strength and Depth. The improvement, could you feel yourself getting that much better from 2021 to 2022?
Yes, actually, yes. Also because in the quarantine days of COVID, I had the chance to train, so I didn't stop, and I had the chance to train hard. So I think that really helped me to get better, and I really feel that I was more confident than last year, both mentally and physically. I got to know myself much better than last year. I got to know my limits well than before. And yeah, so I was more confident on many sides, and I knew that I could make it at least to semifinals, but maybe something more.
And for our listeners, the sixth and seventh place finishers at
Yeah,
Strength
I
and
was just
Depth.
going to say this. Go ahead.
Yeah, the sixth and seventh place finishers at Strength and Depth were two-time champion Katrin Davidsdottir and 2013 champion Sam Briggs.
Yeah.
I mean, that was going to be my question. Like, I know you're relatively new to the sport, but do you know how legendary these women are, and like, how does that sit with you knowing that you beat them?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize it yet. I mean, I really love Katrin. I mean, she's my idol. She's one of my favorite, and being so close till the end, and the fact that I beat her just until last one. I mean, I'm a bit sorry because really I love her so much, but
Don't be sorry.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry, not sorry.
You earned it.
but I'm sure she's going to make it this weekend in last chance qualifier. I'm cheering for her. And yes, I know it was amazing. Also in the warm-up area, I mean, I always seen those athletes in television and in Instagram, you know, and being next to them in the warm-up area and in the competition field was amazing. I mean, I was so excited. But I have to say that when I'm in the competition floor, I mean, there could be anyone next to me, but I'm so focused on what I have to do, on the strategy that my coach tell me to do, like the workout, that I don't care who's next to me. I just focus on myself, on the strategy, on the workout, and I just try to give 200%, and that's it.
So you talk about your coach a lot. So let's find out who he is.
His name is Matteo Agnello, and as I said before, I think we're an amazing team because he's always there for me. Every training, every competition, he exactly know how to behave with me. He knows what's the best for me, both mentally and physically. He know how to manage everything with me. So I think we're a great team. I mean, I always says that like I'm the actor and he is the
Director.
Yes, the director. And so he knows exactly what's the best strategy for me in every workout because he knows me 100%, and I 100% trust him. So I do what he tells me to do, and until now it was just perfect. So I'll continue do that because this is great. And yeah, I'm so thankful to him also because last September I was diagnosed to rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah, and it's not been easy for me. I mean, last months were very, very difficult. I often couldn't train because I had pain in my wrist, hands, and feet. But he always managed to find training that were perfect for me. I mean, if my hands hurt, he managed to get trained like my lower body, and also vice versa. So yeah, I think we're a perfect team. I mean, I really trust him because he knows how to manage everything with me, and we came here together. So 50% was me and 50% it was him.
Is there medication that can help you with the rheumatoid arthritis, or is it just something you have to manage?
Yes, there is a therapy. I had to change it a few months ago because it wasn't working anymore. So I started with pain again. But now, from 4 months ago, I started a new one, and for now the pain is under control. But it's not easy. I mean, yeah. Also because when I did quarterfinals, I was not under therapy because it was the time when I switched between one and the other one. So when I was doing quarterfinals, I had a lot of pain, but I managed anyway to get through.
So you said that you started CrossFit when you were at the university. Did you complete the university? Are you taking a break? Or are you moving towards being a professional athlete? How's that working?
I started CrossFit on my last year of university, so I managed to graduate, and then since then I'm working. So I've got a job, so I'm not an athlete all day. I also have a job, and this is difficult to make things go on, both working and training. But yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I do a lot of sacrifices, but until now, everything is worth it. So I managed to go to the CrossFit Games with these many challenges, and so the happiness I felt was even more deep, because I worked all day. I'm a digital designer, so I create apps, websites, digital platforms, and stuff like that. And I go to train at the evening. So when the gym is completely full of other people, there are classes here, classes there, and I have like 2 meters to train myself. But this is cool. That's also better because then when I'm on the competition floor, that I have the whole lane for myself is like a dream, and so everything is easier for me.
What does your coach have you doing now in preparation for the games? I mean, you probably thought your season might have been over by now, right? And now
Yeah.
you've just extended it a few more months to
Yeah.
compete in the largest show of your career. What does training look like now?
Yeah. I'm not going to train more than now because I can't. Because since I have a job, I only doing 1 session per day. But the thing that we're doing is maybe to train a bit where doing things that we weren't doing before. So maybe swimming in the lakes or running in the mountains or with sandbag on shoulders and stuff like that. Maybe yoke carry. Doing some unconventional things that I have never done before. That's the only changing that we're going to do from now till the CrossFit Games.
Is there anything that you're not good at? I mean, there's got to be a little bit of something that maybe you struggle with a tiny bit, maybe? What?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that is?
all the endurance part, I don't really like
Endurance.
it.
Okay.
Endurance, because I'm short. So whether it is row or eco bike or muscle bike or bike air, whatever, I struggle a bit because since I'm not, tall, it's more difficult for me. But we're working a lot on that, and I'm getting better. But you can still get better.
Sure.
I really love barbell and gymnastic, of course, but I don't really like endurance.
How
Nobody
tall are
does.
you?
Sorry?
How tall are you?
156. I don't know if you have meters or.
So the reason I ask is we had Matilda Garnes on yesterday, and I saw a picture of the two of you together, and she is a taller athlete.
Yeah.
And the difference between the two of you was very stark. Yeah.
She's very
So
tall. I'm very
my
short.
size.
So yeah.
She's 5'1" 3/4", which is 5'1" 1/4". I say 5'2". but yeah, she's short,
Yeah.
like me.
Cat is shorter as well.
Yeah.
Vertically challenged.
So
is
it's
what we like to call
very
it.
cool for, gymnastic handstand push up and stuff like that.
Right.
But
Thrusters.
when you have to do, yeah, exactly. But when you have to do row or that kind of stuff is not that cool.
So
let me share screen just real quick to show the picture of her and Matilda side by side.
So Elisa, I love thrusters, but I hate wall balls. Can you relate to that at all?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. People think I'm crazy. They think it's the same thing, but it's really not. Oh yeah.
Yeah, here I was with Mathilde and Christine.
And Kristen.
Well, what's funny is Mathilde says that she loves wall balls and hates thrusters.
Yeah, she should.
Yeah.
Especially with that new 10-foot target.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, last year at quarterfinals, as we were saying before, I was 125 in position. Also, only because of last workout, which was wall ball row, which is like the devil for me.
Right.
Both singularly, but if you put them together, even worse. So that workout, I remember it went really bad, and it really pulled me down in the leaderboard. So this year I was lucky with the workout, because no wall ball and not many things in which I'm not weak, Yeah. So it was a good year. I mean,
I've been
also lucky.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I've been lucky this year as far as workouts are concerned.
Mm-hmm. Have you been following the Last Chance qualifier workouts at all?
I'm not following them very much, but I've just read a few workouts, and I remember one which is like 2 kilometers row and max meter handstand walk. Mm-hmm. Yes, and which is
I was thinking the bar muscle up thruster one would probably be right up your alley.
Yeah. I mean, they're not bad. I like those workouts.
Like, you won't test any of them just for fun or anything, will you?
Maybe I'll do that.
Okay.
Maybe I'll tell my coach to do that. So yeah.
Tell him Kat said to do it, right?
I got to see one person do the row handstand walk, and it really looks like it is a handstand. It is a handstand workout.
Right.
It is just get through the row, and then if you can go unbroken on those laps of handstand walk, you're going to be fine. If you have to break it up, you're not.
Yeah.
So Elisa, you're working full time, you're training for the games. Do you have any time for social?
No, absolutely not. But also for this, I was, as I was saying before, I don't know. I maybe I changed in these years, and what many years ago wasn't good for me, now it is. So for the moment, it's okay not to have a social life. But until I can do it, I'm willing to do that. My boyfriend, he also doing CrossFit, so we share this passion together. So he's always following with me to the competitions, and at least this is a good thing. I mean, so
he understands.
He understands, and I'm thinking actually maybe to maybe become sport as a job. So I would like to be in future a coach or maybe something like that. So I really love sport. It's always been part of my life since I was 6, and maybe I don't know, I'm starting to think that maybe I could quit my job and make sport a job.
Have you taken your level 1 CrossFit yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I'd like to.
She's probably only been in the sport 2 years, Kat.
I know. Well, it only took me like 3 months before I went. I was hooked, but I also wasn't busy competing. So That makes a difference. So what does your journey to the United States look like? Have you ever been?
Yes, I've been to New York, I've been to Las Vegas, I've been a couple of times. And we're going to go to the States on the 23rd of July. So the week
Okay.
before the games, we're going to stay there just to.
Are you going to Wisconsin?
Yes.
Okay,
We're
you're going
flying to
direct
Chicago.
there.
There we're going. Yes, we land on Chicago and then we're going to Madison. We're going to train there the week before the games. Then, and I'll be there. It's cool because I'll be there with Enrico Zanoni, which is the other guy, the other Italian guy that made it to CrossFit Games. So it's cool because we're going to go through this together, this cool adventure. And so we're going to train together. Then there is the week competition, and then after that I'm going to do some holiday. So I'm going to stay there for another week. So 3 weeks total.
Where are you going to
And
be
then-
for that last week? Because clearly you're not going to stay in Madison for a week, are you?
No, I think I'm going to Chicago and then maybe see the lakes.
Okay.
Have a car and just drive through the lakes.
So I talked to Enrico. I asked him to be on the show. He was not confident in his English.
Yeah.
So he wants to wait a little while.
Yeah, it's a pity. Yeah.
So maybe we
Also,
have you both on some after the games so you
You
can
could help him
him.
out. Yeah.
yes, but I was telling him that I could have helped him, but he's not confident enough. But such a pity because we're in this together, and it would have been nice to share this together. But yes, maybe after the games, he'll be more confident.
Yeah, that'd be
Well,
great.
if he spends 3 weeks in the States, maybe he'll pick up some language,
Yes.
you know.
Yes, why not?
So I wanted to ask you about decompressing during training. And as I was doing research, I found a lot of very artistic stuff of yours on the internet, like photography, and I'm assuming part of your digital media. Are you very artistic away from the competition floor?
Yes, I'm very artistic. I really like art and everything that it's creative. And I have so many passions beside CrossFit that I had to put aside for a bit until CrossFit is, at this level. But I will go back to them as soon as I don't know. I hope not very soon actually, but yeah.
You'll always
yes,
have it. You'll always have it.
Yes, exactly. It's just I don't have time now, but yes, I really like photography. I really like art. Yes, I like everything that's creative. And maybe I was thinking also I could join these two passions like CrossFit and creative world. So
Absolutely.
maybe, yeah, why not? I'm trying to figure out something to make these two worlds like go together.
That'd be incredible. Yeah, because your photography is very interesting. I loved looking through it.
Oh, thanks.
So you talked about doing some different stuff like odd objects. Are you excited to get your hands on that crazy stuff like a pig or a snail or any of those things?
Yes. Absolutely.
Are you looking at that as like a fun experience?
Yes. I want to have fun first. I'm sure it will be amazing. Then, of course, I will do my best. But as first thing, I want to have fun and to enjoy this experience, which will be amazing. Like I'll be competing next to Tia Toomey, next to all the girls that I look on the television and which are my idols, and I just want to enjoy it.
I just realized that you are in the post Glassman era of CrossFit. Like you never did CrossFit when Greg Glassman was in charge of CrossFit. True?
No, true.
It like for us who have been doing this for 9 years, it's crazy to think that there are athletes now coming up that don't even really know who Greg is, or
Yeah.
There's been no impact on you by him, except for obviously, he created the methodology and you're using it for your sport and all that. But it's just, sorry, that just occurred to me. This kind of interesting.
Yeah.
we have this new era. I wanted to ask you quickly about your the medication or the therapy that you're on for the rheumatoid arthritis. Do you have to get a medical exemption for the medicine that you're taking?
A medical what? Sorry.
A medical exemption. So like when they do drug testing and things like that to ensure that what you're taking is not
Okay.
performance enhancing.
Okay. No, it's okay. I mean,
Okay.
the therapy is allowed by
Like they know you're doing it and
yes.
okay.
I mean, it
for you.
doesn't. Yeah, sure. Because every other painkiller, it's not working. So that's specific for that kind of pain, but it's not. I mean, it's not I mean, yes, it is a special therapy, but it doesn't have anything.
It's not like a
which is-
narcotic.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So also in London, there wasn't problem. I mean, I just write on the paper that I was taking this therapy, and everything was fine.
Okay, good. I would hate for that to be something that screws you up in the future.
Yeah, it was one of my words when I started the therapy.
Sure.
It's the first thing that I asked the doctor is, but
Right, like
if
here's the
they're
list.
exactly
Don't give me any of this.
exactly, they're going to test me. Are this going to be okay? And it was no problem.
So what kind of recovery tools do you incorporate into your training?
Just foam roller. I'm lucky that where I go to the gym, there is also the physiotherapy part, kinetic part. Like the box owner, he's a physiotherapist. So when I have the need, he's always there for me. He was there for me also in London. So between one workout and another, he helped me recovery. But I don't have any special tool or things to do like.
Do you do ice baths or anything like that?
No,
She's
anything.
still young.
Yeah.
We're all, approaching 50 or almost 50. And it seems to be the things that we're most curious about is, how do you recover? But we forget that you guys are so young and fit that it doesn't really matter yet for you.
Yeah.
Do you find that CrossFit is good for your rheumatoid arthritis, or does it make it flare up?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, all the suggestion that they make is to continue doing sport. I mean, you don't have to quit sport because sport make joints stay movable.
Yep.
So sport is really good, but I don't know if CrossFit at this level is very good. This is also another. Yeah, I don't know how many years I will be doing this at this level. So maybe 2 more. I don't know. But I know it's not going to be many years because of this. I mean, I have like an expiration date. So I know that I have to give my best now because from one moment to another, maybe I will have to quit. I don't know. I hope it will be not soon, of course, but you never know. Last September, I was convinced that I had to quit CrossFit, that I couldn't do sport anymore. And then after 6 months, I made it to the CrossFit Games. So always surprised.
Just keep breaking the rules.
Yeah. Are you playing around with your nutrition at all in terms of trying to support, are there any like diet ideas out there that are supposed to sort of help?
Yes, kind of. There are some foods that are not good because they're going to increase pain,
inflammation.
Yes.
Do those things align with being an athlete or not?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because you need to balance a bit between have the good energy to do workout and have the good stuff to eat for your health. So yes, it's a bit difficult to balance this thing, but I can do that.
Yeah. So now some fun stuff. you're celebrating going to the CrossFit Games. Who all is going with you to the States?
Pretty much the same team that came to me in London. So my coach and his fiancée, my boyfriend, and the box owner, the physiotherapy, and the girlfriend. So it's going to be 6 people. And we're going together with Enrico, his coach, and Enrico's girlfriend. So we're going to be 9, I think.
Awesome. And your goal this year is just to have fun, or to have fun but do really, really good?
The second one,
Yeah.
let's say the first goal is to have fun. The second goal is to pass through the cut they're going to do the weekend.
Mhm.
So yes, that is my goal.
So exciting.
Yeah. This has been such a fun conversation. And your English is awesome, by the way.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
you do great.
Thank you. I'm just shy then.
It's way better than all of our Italian combined. So
Yeah.
just so you know.
Yeah.
Have you spent any time over at CrossFit Trace Avery in Rome?
In Rome?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I just was curious. I see that they follow you on Instagram, so and I've dropped in there a couple of times when I was traveling. So I just was curious if you had done any visiting over there. So
okay. No, never.
Where are you in Italy?
I'm actually currently in Turin.
Okay. And give us a little geography lesson as to where that is compared to
it's in the north. Yes, it's in the north. Next to mountains.
Okay.
Northwest a bit. It's near to France.
Got it.
And that's like the most mountainous part of Italy, correct?
Sorry?
And that has the most mountains, that part of Italy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I really miss the sea. I mean, I'm from Genova, which is on the sea, still next to France, next to Nice, Côte d'Azur, Monaco, and I really miss the sea. I mean, I like it here, but maybe one day I'll go back to my hometown, or maybe somewhere else. I don't know. I'm still willing to go to, travel the world. I really like to travel, and maybe I'll go somewhere. Yeah.
Have you considered maybe joining a training camp in the US?
Yes, but first I need to quit my job, because otherwise.
Right.
Yes, but I'm thinking about it. I mean, I'll go.
Have you been approached by anyone yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Do you have someone, a particular favorite? You don't have to tell us what it is, but I'm just wondering if you had a place in mind.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
Let's see how the games will go, and then I'll make some decision of my life.
That's exciting.
Well, Elisa, I know you have to run. You only had 45 minutes for us today, which is perfectly fine. I just want to say good luck, safe travels to the U.S., and we'll be in Madison, so we'll be there rooting you on.
We'll see you there.
Okay, thank you so much, guys.
It
was nice to be here. It's been fun.
Ciao.
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 Thank you.